Let's talk Cardano right now, because as Bitcoin dropped below 100,000 ever so briefly, I want to share with you guys kind of what's going on right now with ADA, because right now we're looking at some numbers. There are profit takers out there in the market. We've seen a rise in kind of what we're looking at within dormant wallets as well. So this is something where we need to talk about kind of where we're at, because as Cardano continues to trade roughly down on the day, but we have started to kind of shift gears and get into green numbers. So we're seeing a little bit of a reversal in the top 100. I'll share with you guys kind of what that's all about. But Cardano right now at 54 cents. It is relevant to talk about what's actually happening. So let's get into this discussion. For those of you that are new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and join us. We do talk crypto and Cardano each and every single day. Welcome back. I do appreciate all my returning subscribers, and let's get into the facts. All right. So this is not financial advice, guys. Always be sure to do your own research and due diligence. I'm just sharing with you my thoughts and views on the crypto markets. And as we see the top 100 here, you can see how I'm looking at the bubbles on the day starting to turn green. So that's a good sight to see. Unfortunately, we have that the threat of war breaking out. The Israel-Iran conflict is running at full bore. United States entered the fold over the weekend, and now we're left with kind of a lot of question marks and what will happen next, okay? And as always, you can kind of connect the dots. In times of conflict, the crypto markets will not get inflows. This is where it's going to be a risk-avert mindset for a lot of big traders out there, and that's kind of what we're going to allude to here as we look at Cardano on the day. All right, so Bitcoin briefly dropped below 100,000. Cardano fell almost 15% in the last 7 days as the tensions escalated in the Middle East, and we wiped out almost $17 million in long positions, okay? So this is something where you look into the on-chain data. A lot of Cardano profit taking and dormant wallet activity are increasing, okay? For me, guys, I won't be selling ADA. Just kind of don't swing trade it. It's kind of a hold for me. And if I were to sell it right now at 54 cents, I would be not profit taking. I would be taking a loss as it currently stands right here, okay? So more so, this is kind of where we're at, all right? So you have to ask yourself, do you believe in the long-term positions? What is your current risk assessment, and how long do you think this conflict will last, okay? Those three questions should be at the forefront of your conversations on the daily. Just because we talk crypto every day doesn't mean that we have to transact crypto every day, okay? And I do trade crypto a lot, but I don't necessarily trade Cardano. If you smelt this one coming, you were shorting it, you were shorting the entire market. A lot of people have done that since Bitcoin was up at almost 110,000. As Bitcoin went down below 100,000, that's where you can make some, profits taking those short positions. But it's just not the sexy play. Nobody really wants to play the unders, play the short. It's just not how. If you are going to play leverage and gamble essentially within crypto, that's just not what people are going to be looking to do. It's kind of what some of the smart traders will be doing, but that does not mean that you're necessarily a bear either. You could still make the bullish case for crypto and just be smart about the current market conditions, okay? But if you are trading crypto in this environment, check out our friends at BTCC. There is a link down below. You will get a 10% bonus on your first time deposit. There's 40% lower trading fees, as well as no VPN KYC necessary, up to 500x leverage. So if you are a spot leverage trader out there in the market, links down below for BTCC. Just understand their terms and conditions, make sure it's right for you, where you're located, and start trading today if you do want to get on this platform, okay? But as we look into kind of what's happening, this is where we look at the price weakening. We saw Cardano get down. You could see kind of the attacks on Iran, global tensions rising, and you can see the post by Donald Trump on his Truth Social X. He did retweet that, talking about the successful attack. As reports are coming out that they may have moved some of those ingredients, some of the material was moved from the bunker. So we don't really know the extent of this. I'm sure what you hear on the news will not be the actual facts, but anyways, now as other nations are looking to get involved or to stay out of it, we're going to see really kind of where this all heads to moving forward. For me personally, guys, we've seen this before, right? We've seen Russia, Ukraine. We've seen some of the tensions rising in the global conflicts that we have had since our time crypto trading. And it's almost to the point where we're kind of as to be expected, right? We're seasoned traders. We know kind of what to do. We've been through this before. And I think that I don't have to remind you guys that, there are a lot of opportunities with kind of what whales are looking to do, right? They're looking to mitigate losses, hedge some of their bets. And then obviously when there's blood in the streets, they will be buying. That's how whales swim. And that's kind of what we've witnessed year in and year out as it relates to crypto. Okay. But Cardano has reached levels not seen since early February. And as we look at the CoinGlass liquidation chart for Cardano, we've seen almost $17 million in long positions that were liquidated over a week as the Middle East have sparked a lot of risk aversion that we were seeing in the market. And you can see kind of all these green bars that were over this $0 line. That's where we've had a lot of long positions. Okay, you can see that the Cardano price has trended downwards, but basically on the February 27th, 28th, that's where we had the most shorts out there in the market. Okay, so as we look into kind of the liquidations, the numbers have really spoken, and I think that as we look at that with the on-chain metrics, it's still very much biased to a bear stance on crypto. Okay, I think as you look into the network realized profit loss, the NPL metric, that Cardano holders are looking to take profits. This is where we've seen a significant price spike since June 16th, so that we've reached the earlier higher levels in March. And I think that as we look at this, this is kind of where sellers are selling bags for significant profit amid all of this selling pressure. Okay. But moving on, that's kind of what's already happened. We can't really change that. But for the case of Cardano, we have to look at the history as we look into kind of how these spikes result in a lot of holders moving their tokens from wallets to exchanges. That oftentimes does indicate liquidations, more so selling activity and liquidating than just kind of stabling up and waiting for the next move. But as you look into the forecast, you have to kind of wonder what's going to happen. And I can tell you guys this, a lot of people were buying Cardano at 70, 80 cents, thinking that it would get back up to $1, $1.20. Nobody has that crystal ball that we all covet in crypto, okay? But as we did face that rejection that we've seen from the 200 moving day average, this is where we saw a 25% crash nearly in the next 11 days that we've reached on Sunday. That's where Cardano hit its lowest level since early February of 51 cents. Now, as we continue this downtrend, this is where we have to look into kind of where we're at. Cardano is extremely oversold, okay? There's a lot of historical perception and takes you can make on this. We can look at the overlaps, and essentially, we've seen this before. And if you are a believer in crypto, you think that it is not going to be just some lull summer where we don't really have any gains, then yeah, you can make the case that Cardano and all of crypto will rebound, okay? And I will tell you guys one thing, if this does happen to somehow get a ceasefire, somehow we do get some, rest, some anxiety is relinquished within this conflict we have right now in the Middle East, then yeah, it would not shock me whatsoever if crypto all basically pumped 20% in just one day. I could definitely see that happening for a lot of the ones that are significantly oversold right now, and that's exactly what Cardano is, okay? It's 26 right now. That is the RSI. That's a very oversold condition, very strong bearish narrative. But as we look into this recovery, we just kind of have to kind of wait it out, okay? And there's nothing really we can do. We can't, we can't, as much as we'd love to, you can't force anything to happen. Crypto's down. It's down for a very obvious reason. And I think that as we move forward, it just depends. Are you long or are you a believer in Cardano, okay? But as we look, the next kind of level that we're going to breach, I think that 50 cents is still not out of the cards. I think that we can dip down below 50 cents. Albeit it may be short term. I mean, if you would have looked 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and you would have said 40 cents Cardano, you would have probably laughed in my face, okay? But right now, we can't change the facts. The facts are that conflict is at high, it's at a high level, and crypto is going to behave accordingly, okay? And that's kind of what we have to deal with for the next few days, if not weeks. All right, so leave a comment down below. What are you guys doing? Are you still holding? Are we going to wait it out, or are you kind of risk avert and kind of leading and stabling up and waiting for the next move, kind of for a reversion of kind of what we've been seeing? Me personally, I'm kind of doing both. Cardano is more a hold for me, as you all are aware, and I understand that a lot of people out there in the crypto world, they're not buying crypto looking to hold for 10 plus years. Okay, they want profits now. I'm fully aware of that, and unfortunately, I can't make a video talking about Cardano, and we're not going to send this pushing through the fact that the market's ugly right now. Okay, but all of that can change just like this, especially with macro conditions, and that's kind of where we're at. So I wanted to give you guys this quick update. Appreciate you spending a couple minutes with me as we talked about kind of what's going on in the Middle East, as well as Cardano on the charts. But as always, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe down below if you have not already done so, and we'll see you guys all in the next video. Cheers.